This is Untitled from GamerFusion.com, and to welcome today, guys, to another exciting day of Destiny and Taken King information. Today we're going to be covering one of the enemies we're going to be fighting, and the enemy that's going to be predominant in the Taken King, and that is the Taken. So a lot of you are probably wondering, who the heck are the Taken? Where did the Taken come from? What are the Taken's new abilities? What can we expect out of the Taken enemy? And how are we going to be able to combat each individual enemy? So we're going to go ahead and break down who the Taken are, what they are, and how they got here, and what abilities they have, and what we can expect out of them when we jump into the Taken King. So the Taken are alien creatures and species who look very holographic, but they also are very white. It's like an evil ghost. Think of it like an evil ghost. And how do they become like that? Well, Oryx came down over here, and he started ripping bodies apart, man. He started ripping beings out of their dimension and burning away their essence, pretty much taking away their souls. And he's sending them back as part of the Dark Army. And they are returning in the shape of their forms of themselves, which they look kind of similar to themselves, but they look very ghosty and very evilish. And we have to combat them. And I'll go ahead and break down what each ability of, each individual one that I've been able to see, and what we could expect out of fighting them. And they are an enemy that we haven't been able to see. They have different types of ways of combating, different types of mechanisms, and it's something we haven't seen in Destiny. So I do expect a lot of people to be surprised when encountering them and seeing them for the first time, because they have a great force to be reckoned with. They're going to be surprised with a lot of stuff. They have battle tactics, and some of them actually even multiply if you leave them alone. Like, for let's say, example, you're trying to jump over a stage, or you're trying to clear a stage. If you don't kill them, they will multiply and become, instead of killing one, you'll go ahead and need to kill 3. And if you don't kill them fast enough, they'll keep multiplying and overwhelm you, and kind of just take you by surprise. So do keep your eye out when you guys jump into the Taken King to kill as fast as possible, so you won't have to deal with multiple enemies. Now, one thing to point out is it's very interesting when you kill them. When you kill them, it's not similar to the way you kill any other enemy currently right now in Destiny. Currently, when you kill an enemy in Destiny, currently the way you, depending on how you kill it, it's gonna, you kill it and the body lays there dead, right? So this one's actually look a little bit different when you go ahead and kill them. Think of it like when you melee someone, with a solar or with a titan, and you melee them with that, the Fist of Havoc, and they kind of disintegrate. This is kind of very similar. This one, it doesn't look like something's being, kind of consumed. It just looks like something's being sucked back into, Oryx's chambers, and like their soul goes back to Oryx. So, really interesting effect on the way you kill them. But let's jump into what you guys could expect out of each individual character, and to what abilities they have in store for us. First and foremost, we have the Taken captains, which wear a solar shield and throw out slow-moving orbs of darkness that blind you. So think of it like a blinding bubble from, not a blinding bubble, but a blinding nade from the Titan. Then we have the Taken knights, which fling down an area effect scorch that demands you to flee their vicinity. So it's kind of like overwhelmed with bats. Then we have the Taken centurions, shoot tracking shots that curve around the corners to strike. So think of these like a needler, similar to something we've seen in Halo. Then we have the Taken wizards, which are kind of interesting because what they do is they summon shadow thralls to charge your location. So pretty much the wizards just unleash a monstrous attack with thralls. Really, really interesting and a bit overwhelming. Then we have the Taken science blast away you from a few seconds before splitting into 2, doubling the threat. So the science, not only do we have to deal with the ripple effect, but they multiply, like I told you previously before. Then we have the Taken Vandals. They deploy a shield much like a Defender Titan, except they can shoot out of it, and they heal while inside. So think of it like a Titan bubble with armor, and also being able to shoot out of the bubble, which makes it really, really interesting. Then we have the Taken Phalanx, and this one implodes a blast that can knock you backwards, and pretty much sometimes even kill you, and a very, very interesting enemy to combat. Then we have the Taken Thrall, which teleport about the battlefield like angry velociraptors. So very, very interesting, because not only do we have them charging at us, but they're also able to teleport as well. We also have another enemy I don't know the name of that also uses a similar like a Noble Bomb, but instead of being a void, it's a solar blast that we expect out of the Taken. So that's the enemies we're going to be combating, and that's what we have to deal with. And that's just a little bit of what we know of the enemies, which I'm sure we're going to be encountering more bosses and more nifty stuff. But let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of the Taken? What do you think of their abilities? What do you think of the whole new system that we're going to be able to fight? And which enemy do you fear the most? Are you going to fearing the multiplier scions? Are you going to fear the wizard who summons a bunch of thrall at you? Are you going to fear the kind of like bat, assault by the Taken Knights? Are you going to be fearing the Taken Captain? Who do you fear the most in the Taken King? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget, guys, for all things Destiny, especially all things Taken King, head over to GamerFusion.com, where we empower your gaming.